another episode of Inspire Careers Job Seeker Spotlight, the video series where I interview job candidates, learn a little bit more about them, and help introduce their brand and their value offering to employers looking for people with their qualifications. I'm happy to introduce you today to my guest, Chris Varvaro. Hi, Chris. Welcome.
Hello, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm happy to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Chris Varvaro is a senior at the College of William and Mary. He is a music major and he is minoring in entrepreneurship. And as we're going to talk about in the next few minutes, Chris has really developed a great way to combine those two. And we're going to be talking about the job that he is looking for post-graduation, which is coming up in a few months. Who's paying attention, right? The time is flying by. But as we're entering those days, I wanted to give Chris a forum to be able to talk a little bit about his education, talk about what he does in terms of his music creation and the type of role that he's looking for. So Chris, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. My name is Chris Varvaro. I'm 22 years old, originally from Warren, New Jersey, but I'm here at the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia. I will be living in Manhattan post-grad, and I'm also a professional music producer and audio engineer outside of being a student. And it's been really great so far. I've been working with a lot of studios in Manhattan, a lot of artists internationally, and I have specialties in various audio production softwares such as Ableton Live, Pro Tools, Adobe Audition, and Ozone mastering suites. And ultimately, I'm looking for a job in the music industry because I've been studying innovation entrepreneurship down here, and I really am looking forward to learning more about the music business on the business side. I'm really interested in publishing, A&R, product management, and just seeing other parts of the industry and how I can develop.
Excellent. Let's talk a little bit about your experience, and let's kind of start off with what you're currently doing. The business that you've kind of already created, and that's why you have that minor in entrepreneurship. You are creative, you got a lot going on, and while you're looking for that full-time job coming out of school, tell us a little bit about what you do and what you have already created.
Yeah, absolutely. So originally I first started out doing music production and DJing, so I was more so in the electronic dance music type scene. But obviously when COVID-19 hit, it was time for me to reevaluate some things and really take a look at my brand and what I wanted to do with myself postgraduate and just how I could build a stronger future for myself. So I kind of tapped into that entrepreneurial mindset that they pound home here so hard, which has just been super, super helpful. And I pivoted a little bit onto the music production audio engineering side, and that has just been such a wise move on my part and my team's part. We've been working together, day in and day out, meeting new clients, meeting with new studios, doing TV production, film. So I haven't just been limited to electronic dance music. I've been doing pop, dance pop, hip hop, film score, and it's just been super immersive and all encompassing. And I've just been enjoying every second of it.
I can tell that you have a passion for it, no question about it.
Thank you. Yeah. It's. I've been a musician my whole life. I mean, that you can't take that out of my blood. It's in me forever.
Well, and it's exciting. And I think today too, you use the word pivot, and I know pivot has gotten a lot of, kickback and, oh, everybody's using the word, but the reality is that is really important to be able to be flexible and agile in what you're doing, to be able to transition, right? With COVID, nobody anticipated it. Everything has changed, and the way that you were working in the past has changed. So I think that's important for employers to know too, is that you can recognize it, you see the signs, and you're willing to just flip as you need to and do what you have to do.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's one of the things I really pride myself on. I mean, I'm a quick study. I'm really open to taking feedback, criticism, and just getting to the next level. And whatever it's going to take, I'm willing to do it. And that's why I also love entrepreneurship so much, because if you're not open-minded, you're not going to be a very good entrepreneur, right? I mean, there's so much ideation that goes on. There's iteration. It's all collaboration. And it's really been super applicable to what I've been doing. And I love working with all different types of people and just learning from everyone who I work with.
Excellent. Let's talk a little bit about the type of jobs specifically that you're looking for in the Manhattan area. Are you limiting yourself to New York at this point? I think that's important. If you want to stay in New York, let's talk a little bit about that. And then let's talk about some of the type of roles, and you can talk about potentially some titles that you're looking for in particular where you think you can add a lot of value?
Yeah, of course. So I think for the time being, I'm set on New York and like the Jersey City area, just in terms of living. But I mean, I am open to really anything if it's remote. I mean, now with COVID, who knows what could possibly happen. And I've been doing a lot of remote work with studios in Los Angeles and stuff, so I am willing to go the extra mile and do that for sure.
Excellent. Talk to us a little bit about some of the particular roles. You said that you want to learn the business side. Let's talk
Yeah,
a bit more about the business side of the business, of the music business, and just
yeah.
talk a little bit about some of the things that interest you and some of the roles that you would be a great fit for.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've really been interested in the product management side and just kind of how marketing artist works, like from the inside. I mean, ever since I signed with my newest agency at the start of COVID, which is the 1220 agency, we overhauled my brand. We've been doing a lot of work, and I really am curious to see and learn more about how that functions on a larger scale at like one of the big three, like a Sony, Warner, Universal. And those jobs just look, you know, like they would fit me super well. I mean, they need entrepreneurial thinkers, they need forward thinkers, they need self-starters, and I definitely embody all of those skills. And as I mentioned earlier, I love to learn. I may not know everything out of the gate, but I will ask questions. I'm a quick study, and I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty.
One of the things that I've learned about you in the time that we've worked together, Chris, that doesn't necessarily come out when you talk about entrepreneurship and music is you have these dual sides to you. You're also a very analytical guy. When
Yeah.
we were talking earlier and I said, well, tell me about the jobs that you've applied to. And you said, well, I've got my spreadsheet here. Like,
Yeah.
prepared for that. But you
Yeah.
do have that. And I know that you took the DISC assessment styles for me, the DISC styles assessment. And on that, you do have a very strong analytical side. So I think that's interesting for employers to know because yes, you're very creative, but you do dig in. You look at the spreadsheets. You've got great technical skills, not just on the music end, but in terms of the office end as
Yeah.
well, to be able to do that. And how do you see how that merges with your creative side, your analytical bend?
Of course, yeah. I mean, and thank you for acknowledging that. I mean, yes, I am definitely meticulously paying attention to details all the time, and I think that that is just reflected most in my work, in my production. I mean, people hire me to do their mixes and their masters for a reason because they know every single element of that song is going to be heard, it's going to be treated properly, and it's going to line up with their creative vision. And every piece that I do, I really am going through every single detail with drums, EQs, compressors, making sure everything is sounding just how either the client envisions it or I envision it myself. And, for only doing music production seriously, I would say since I've been in college, really, it's really spoken volumes, I would say.
Yeah, because those are important skills. That's exactly what employers are looking for, right? They want to
Yeah.
hear your ideas and they want to know all that, but the reality is they want to make sure that you are attached to that business end, which is doing the reporting or analytics, being able to contribute in those meetings. So it's wonderful that you have both of those sides. And I'm just so glad we could bring that out in the interview because you really are the complete package in that regard.
Thank you very much.
Chris, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, and certainly we're going to post this and we'll post your contact information, but what is the best way that they can reach out to you if they're interested in looking at your resume?
Absolutely, yeah. Email is great. You can do chris@chrisvarvaromusic.com. LinkedIn, also totally fine. You feel free to send me a message. And also my website, social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever is most convenient for you. I'm everywhere. So just send me a message and let's chat.
All right. Thank you. That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Chris, for joining us today, Chris Varvaro. I'm going to put the information to contact Chris here in the comment section as well. And if you can't reach out to Chris for whatever reason, please feel free to contact me and I will hook you up so that you can make sure that you get to talk to him and take a look at his fabulous resume. All right. Thank you so much, Chris. Best of luck on your job search. And if anybody wants to get in touch with Chris, go for it. He's fabulous. He can really help you. He's got all this great stuff to offer, and he's a gentleman and a genuinely nice person.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're so very welcome. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Thank you.